And let's continue learning about sets. Let's begin by reviewing what we know about sets already. We said that sets are a collection of distinct objects of the same kind. Look at these two sets. Can you describe them? Pause the video for a moment and describe them. I'm sure you got it. Set K is a set containing the names of people in the armed forces, in the army. Sergeant, major, corporal, general. These are all people found in the army. And set G, what have we got there? We have the factors, the number 12. I'm sure you got that. There's something wrong with the way in which each of these sets have been notated. Pause the video and discuss with the person sitting next to you what is wrong with each one, and then tell your teacher. Yesterday, in a previous lesson, we introduced this symbol. See if you can recall what this symbol means. Again, you may pause the video while you discuss or you tell your teacher what this symbol means. Yes, it means it's a member of or is an element of. What about this symbol here? We have come across this symbol before. What does it mean? It's not a member of. The first symbol is a member of, and the second is not a member of. Set P equals 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So A says 4 is a member of P. And when you look, you can see that to be true. Of course, you see that the number 4 here is in the set P. So 4 is a member of P. Pause the video and do the same for the remaining 4 parts of this question. We're now going to introduce another example of set notation. As we said, notation is important because everybody in the world has to be able to communicate when it comes to maths. And so there's a certain way in which you must present the information. Look at the example below and see if you can guess what information is denoted by it. Pause the video and discuss it as a class. What do you think is being shown by these set notations at the side here? What are they telling us? Pause the video and discuss as a class what is being shown by this new notation that I've just introduced to you. Here it is again. Well, what can we say? I'm sure you got it. N stands for the number of members of set A, which equal 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's telling us that the number of elements of set A are 4. In the second example, we are told that the number of elements in set B equals to 5. And when we count them, we see that yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you see that. In the next example, we are told that in set C, the number of elements of set C are 2. 1, 2. And in the last example, we are shown that the number of elements of set D equals to 4. We can all see that. Have a look here. I've done the first one for you. The number of elements of set X equals 3. What I would like you to do is now pause the video and answer the next 3 examples using this new set notation that shows us the number of elements that are present in a particular set. We now want to continue to describe sets. How do we describe sets? Well, there are 3 ways of describing sets. A set may be described by 1. Listing its members. A set may be described by 2. Giving a word description of its members or defining a property of the set. And 3. A set may be described by using what we call set builder notation. Well, we said that the first way of describing a set was simply listing its members, meaning that we would write all the members of a set out. So in this case, set A are the numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8. We have listed them. Set B are the letters A, B, C, D, and E. Again, we have listed them. Set C are the words Accra and London. We have listed them. And set D are the numbers spring, summer, winter, and autumn. So we said that the first way of describing a set is simply by listing its members. When we list the members of a set, and there are many, we can use the ... Here we see 3 dots, which is called an ellipsis. So these 3 dots, when you see them, are called an ellipsis. And we can use the ellipsis to show that some members of the set have not been written. So have a look here. Set A, the members of set A are 1, 2, 3, 4, after which I've put the ... which is the ellipsis, which tells us that the numbers will go on. And in this case, you can guess that the numbers will go on forever, because the pattern and the position of the ellipsis will tell you what is happening. And in this case, we're told that we have the numbers, counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and they will continue to infinity. And here set B, we are told, contains the elements 1, 3, 5, and then we have our ellipsis here. So we have the 1, the 3, the 5, and then we have our ellipsis, and then we get to 11. And when we put the ellipsis there, it should be quite easy to see what numbers should be in the set. In this case, we have the odd numbers beginning from 1. So 1 is followed by 3, is followed by 5, and so that the ellipsis must represent 7 and 9. And then the final member of the set is number 11. And so that is how we use the ellipsis to indicate that, for the sake of space, not every member of a set has been shown. The second way, as we said, of describing a set is by giving a word description of its members or by defining a property of the set. For example, here we have some word descriptions of sets. We are told that set A equals the set of counting numbers less than 12. And we're told that set B is the set of months which contain the letter T. And thirdly, we're told that set C equals the set of square numbers less than 30. Well, those are clear descriptions of the set. And once you have been given such a clear description, it is up to you now to list the elements of the set as we spoke about just a few moments ago. So what I would like us to do now is let's pause this video and then list the members of set A, B, and C. Pause the video, and then when you have done that work, we'll resume and look at the answer. So let's see how we did. Compare your work to what is on the board here. So set A, we were told, is the set of counting numbers less than 12. So set A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Because those are the counting numbers which are less than 12. Set B, we were told, was the set of months which contain the letter T. If you know your months, if you go through your months, you'll know that those months are August, September, and October. And so you should have got that. And then set C, we were told, is the set of square numbers less than 30. Well, the square numbers less than 30 are 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. So again, check your work and see whether you've got that. Well, an additional exercise you could do here is, of course, list, using the set notation that we introduced, the number of elements in each of the sets. So do that now. Pause the video and list the number of elements in each of these sets using the set notation that we have set out. You've done well, and we've learned a lot in the last 2 lessons about sets. So before we continue with the work, let's lighten our minds a little with something funny.
You crazy guy.
That was a bit funny. Well, if you're still laughing, you may pause the video until you get your composure back. And if you've got your composure back, let's solve these questions. We put them on the board yesterday, but we didn't go over them. So what we want to do now is solve these questions together as a class. So our teacher will take us through these questions one by one. And that helps us to remember these topics, because these topics are very likely to come up in any examination that you'll be taking in the school, and of course the BEC exam. So get your books out and let's work at these until the lesson comes to the end. Enjoy the rest of the day.